Not enough time. Do they know who we are?
Okay. Good morning, X-Wing! Hey, this is not a test. This is OCX Radio, rocking it from the Delta Pilot to the 4BZ. Welcome, every... Oh, that's got to stop. Maybe I should mute the YouTube channel before I start
What happened?
Yourself on
I can hear myself right in the background. All right, let's start this baby over. Good morning, X-Wing! Hey, this is not a test. This is OCX Radio. Rocking it from the Delta Pilot to the 4BZ. Welcome, everyone, to the OCX Radio Podcast, coming to you live from downtown Orange City, Iowa. Vidcast, OC Games, and Comics. My name is Aaron the Coach Kroll. Joined with me 800 miles to my left, to the video, probably to your right, whatever, 800 miles. John, producer extraordinaire, John Montana.
Great to be on the show.
You're now live on YouTube. We can all now finally see your beautiful face.
Yeah,
cheers.
Oh, yeah.
And not with us today because he's not answering his phone. Chicago. Brett Chicago Plazik. Whatever. He doesn't get it. He's not here. Bringing up the rear, as always, Mr. Blue Google Hangouts, picture, no picture, Kyle, the Sloot Stews.
I'm blue, dabba-dee-dabba-die. Oh, yeah, I'm here.
You really need to get a picture for your freaking Facebook thing. Go on your computer right now and find like the most embarrassing picture you can find.
Yeah, they're all over the place, I think.
Well, I was going to post one for you, but I can't access your YouTube or your Google Hangouts account. So
I think there's a really cool one with my nose broken. That one would be fun.
Ooh, that would be a good one.
Bleeding like a stuffed pig everywhere.
I think we should go with that. That would be good.
Yay.
Well, if you guys are wondering, we are attempting our first OCX Radio live vidcast. We're branching out. We're getting all technological on your asses. So right now we are live on YouTube, OCX Radio. Ooh, I wonder what I titled it as. OCX Radio Live Vidcast number 1. So I'm assuming if you type in your YouTube browser page thing, search bar, and type in OCX Radio, you will probably end up here. If not, you will end up with our first Live with Coach on Friday night, and that was a train wreck. It was interesting. I think it went for, almost 2 hours? 2.5 hours?
I have no idea.
Oh,
hour and 37 minutes.
Oh, well, wow, it seemed a lot longer than that. Anyway, welcome everybody to the OCX Radio Podcast. We have a bunch of stuff to talk about today. Nationals just got over.
You mean like 3?
3. Okay, fine, 3.
It's a little light. It's a little late today, actually.
Jeez, man. I mean, I can always throw some other stuff in there. I mean, we can talk about me being all nostalgic and bringing back the Thai Swarm. Did it.
That happened.
No.
You swore you were never going to do that.
I did. No, okay.
Here you are.
Fuck it. We're going to talk about it right now because we're on it. So, Kroll's feeling a little nostalgic the other day. And we have a Sunday tournament at OCX, or OC Games Comics, my store that I own. And so it's a challenge coin tournament. So at Worlds last year, they did a prize wall. And you could, for every win you got like 1 ticket or 5 tickets. I think it was 5 tickets. But just for entering, you got 5 tickets. But I ended up with I won one game, so I got 10 tickets, and they had the old one game out of out of I went 1-4 and dropped like a motherfucker and drank D&D. So where was I? Oh, challenge coins. So they had the old challenge coins from the 2016 store championship seasons, and so I was like, oh, those are really popular at my store. A lot of people show up for them. They want that good heavyweight metal. It's a prize. It's a really good prize, and I'm really mad that they stopped doing it. And so I bought 2 of them with my 2 tickets. See, not being I'm not selfish. I'm very selfless.
Yeah, you're so selfless when you promote your own store to run some tournaments and make some money.
To capitalism at work, right?
Yeah.
So we had our challenge coin tournament this Sunday, and I was like, the wife gave me, thank you, dear, for giving me the permission to go out and play X-Wing. And so I was like, what is not going to win me the tournament, but not going to make me look bad at the same time? And everyone was saying the Swarm is like, it's like in a weird place. It's not quite there. So I was like, fuck it. I used to run exclusive Swarm all the time. Black Crack, Howl Runner, Push Limit, and Stealth Device. It's like, let's break it out. So I did, and proceeded to go 4-0 and wreck everyone. I think my closest game was a decked out Ray and Poe. Yeah, decked out Ray and Poe. And he just brought Poe in just a little too early and bumped one of my TIE fighters and was range 2 of the entire swarm. Now, granted, it took me literally every ship to burn him down because he would roll evade focus, evade focus, evade focus. And I was like, crack shot one of them, crack shot. And finally he blanked on the last one. I was like, fuck you, Poe, you going down. And after that, it was like, I had half points on Ray for most of the game. It was like down to the last couple of minutes. I had 3 TIE fighters left. So I was like, this is over, Nathan. Nathan, shout out to Nathan Jackson. You ran a good game. It was just you were not ready. I don't think he's ever run against a Swarm. In fact, I don't think anyone I played ran against a Swarm that day. Which may be the reason I went for. But I did face, and this is the ironic part about it. What was it, Kyle? 2015?
Yes.
2015 Sioux City Store Championships. I was running the same list, and Kyle was running what?
The Thug Life.
The Thug Life, fucking quad TLTs, like a bitch. And funny enough that the kid who was there, Isaac Peterson, we talked about him a little earlier, he was running his quad TLTs again. And the whole time I'm like, if you face me, I'm going to tell you the same thing Kyle did. Don't run in formation. Don't do it. I will kill you very fast. Okay. Okay. And sure enough, he went 3-0 because it's quad TLTs in a small tournament, and they're going to do very well. They always do very well. It is a problem list. It is. But he set up on the board 4 Y-wings on the far right. I'm like, okay, let's do it then. And I thought he was going to do something crazy, so I only did my 3 straights, I think. Oh, no, I did. I dialed in 3 straights. Then I was like, nope, he's going to totally joust me on this. So I dialed in the 5 straights. and then after that, he dialed in 4 straight reds because he thought he'd close distance on me. I don't know. It was TLT around, and I did feel really bad because I took the challenge coin. But by right, I did win at least one of those challenge coins for myself at Worlds, going to Worlds, and losing like a boss. So one of those is mine. The next one, I'm going to run Super Jank. And if I win with that, it's their own fault.
Super jank.
Super Jank. I mean, like...
So what you're saying is we're going to give the random squad generator tournament a try?
Mm-hmm.
Swallow,
that should
man,
be
swallow.
That should swallow. That should be the next challenge coin tournament. Is the random fab generator list.
Yeah, because I mean, if you post that and don't have like a really good reward for people to show up for it, they might just go, I don't need to participate in that because they don't want to find out how fun it is. But if you say it's a challenge coin tournament, then people everywhere are going to show up for it, and they're going to be like, all right, what random jank are you going to generate for me right now? And then it'll be a blast.
Oh, that would be fun.
Are you going to let them change anything? Or just random squad?
You know, that's kind of difficult. I'm going to go with change nothing.
Maybe 6 points. They have to keep the pilots that were generated.
I like that.
But they can switch
out 6 points.
Yeah. I think that would be okay.
No. 5 points. You can't be switched out for TLT.
Oh, yeah. Good call.
5 points. You get 5 points to switch out for.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing else is too broken.
Yeah. That would be bad.
5 point leeway, 100-point random generated squad. I like it.
Can they switch upgrades around?
Wait, what? Switch upgrades per round?
Like move? No, around. Like move
around
an upgrade from one ship to another. No, not allowed.
They have to leave. Nope, they can only switch from what one has to another of the 5 points. They can't be like, well, he's got this, but it would work better on him. I'm switching it over here. That move costs you points. If you want to do it, you can. But if it's a 3-point upgrade, that's 3 of your 5 points.
Gotcha.
See, I would think like the list you come up with right away. Like you get the list, and then you can change 5 points, but that's your list for the 3 rounds. Right? Is that what we're talking about?
Yep. But if you want to push the limit from one ship to the other, then that costs 3 points.
Yeah, because then it's not really that janky.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, that's cool.
Okay.
I mean, if you get like a absolutely completely worthless, I mean, that's the fun of it, but I mean, we don't want someone's list to be completely broken.
I've got it. I've got the trophy for that one. I have an old school TIE Interceptor, like micro machines, but only they were bigger. Like they're like this big. I'm gonna put some blood stripes on it, and that's gonna be the Fell's Wrath trophy. So that will be the trophy for the Fab random generator, and then you get the Fell's Wrath award. That's what you get, and some pretty cool swag. That. I'll throw some good swag in there too. I'm thinking about. I saw that. Who did I see? Minoc. Do you guys, Kyle? Do you remember seeing those little fold up, like mouse pad dice roll bowls?
Yeah.
Yes, I remember seeing those. They were talking about them. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm thinking about getting some OCX ones of those. So maybe that'll be a prize.
That'd be
nice.
That'd be cool. But the first thing we're getting is koozies. OCX radio koozies. Those need to happen.
That makes sense. That needs to happen.
I mean, that's what we're all about. So, if you guys are going to be going to, what regionals are we going to be going to, Kyle? Minneapolis? Definitely Minneapolis.
Oh, dude. You know, that's a tough one. Because there's Sparta and then there's Minneapolis.
What about Kansas City?
No, fuck that.
Never again.
Fuck that.
I don't need to be waking up at 1 o'clock in the morning.
No way.
I mean, taking shots of Jameson at 9 a.m. was okay, but then being up until like 3 a.m. and not getting to bed until like 5 was bad.
Oh,
nothing
was
just
nothing against Kansas City. They were good guys, but it was just my god! It was the combination of me not paying attention what time it was supposed to start at. There was a bar being open at 9 o'clock in the morning, 2 blocks away, and it was still in the intentional draw time of period. So it was like, oh no. Like I'm so mad and so happy you got 18th out of that, John,
Yeah,
because
exactly.
dude, if we had to stay longer, now granted, if we had to stay longer, it's hotel room, and who would have known what happened then? That could have been bad. I might be divorced right now.
Oh,
I'd have to
No,
lock
I'm in
myself in the
Kansas City.
bathroom,
No,
sleep in the bed.
if we're gonna do a third, I'm thinking Fargo.
Oh, that'd be cool.
ooh.
Fargo's only 4.5 hours away, man.
You can
Yeah,
meet
and how
up,
far away is that from John?
like 12.
Perfect.
But
Yeah.
the
See you there.
airfare is really cheap, right?
No. No. But my cousin would be going to that regional probably, so might use it as an excuse to meet up with him too.
Which cousin? Montana.
I get the feeling you lost me.
Yeah, we were wondering
Yeah.
which cousin.
Yeah, we were wondering which
Oh,
cousin.
Because we need family lineage to go here. We're going to try to narrow where exactly you live.
okay. Well, it's my dad's sister's son,
Not Ethan.
not Ethan.
Okay, so it's a cousin I don't know.
True. Yeah.
I feel like not Ethan should be like whenever we forget someone's name, we just call him not Ethan.
Not Ethan. Nice. No, it's Nathan. Pretty close. Nathan, Ethan, but no, it's Nathan.
Okay. Well, anyway, so I brought the swarm back to wrap it all up. Brought the swarm back. Did pretty well. I didn't see any NIM. I didn't see any bombs. I didn't see any. It's it'll be. I still don't think. Maybe after this mysterious FAQ and the harpoon missiles come out, but the problem is the harpoon missiles are gonna fuck up a tie swarm big time.
Bad news for tie swarm.
Like it is. After the harpoon missiles come out, swarm is dead. It is dead.
Yeah, as long as they get run consistently.
Howl runner to be like range 1 to 3.
No way.
Ah, that would be fun.
I would fly her next to rack.
I know it would be great.
Yeah. No, they're not doing that.
No.
Oh.
So why don't we bring up nationals here?
Yeah. Okay, so U.S. Nationals at Nova. Ooh, wait, we got some live chat going on, guys.
Oh boy.
Drowning in Digital.
Yeah,
Who the fuck is Drowning in Digital?
That's her video editing company.
It's not Ethan. Is this episode of the week or bonus episode?
Episode of the week.
This is episode of the week. John's sister.
Not Ethan.
Not Ethan. No, this will actually be our podcast. And if all goes swimmingly, we will probably do this half the time whenever we feel giddy. I don't know.
Yeah, whatever.
We'll see. We're just testing it out. We only threw it out to the OCX podcast or OCX Aces Facebook page because, yeah. We're just going to take it nice and steady. We're going to see how it goes. After that, who knows? But U.S. Nationals, Nova at the U.S. What is Nova Open? Yeah. I think they had around 256 players, something like that. It was a large tournament. It was up there. It was almost Gen Con-ish.
Yeah, I don't know.
Probably Gen Con. I think it was a little lower than Gen Con.
Yeah, but at least a couple hundred, right?
It was well over 200. And the format was same like Gen Con, where it was 2 days of preliminary. I think it was 6 rounds of Swiss.
Yep.
And then the difference is unlike Gen Con, where if you made the top cut, and I don't know exactly what the top cut was for preliminary.
I think
it had to be top 32. Had to be top 32.
Top 32 from each day.
They took the top 32. Unlike Gen Con, where they took, I think it was
64.
the lowest. I think it was the lowest person at 32nd place, and then whatever record tied that, they also took.
Oh, okay.
So if you were the lowest guy was a 3-3, they took X amount of 3-3 players. It was something like that. They took more than 32. Because there was like 96 people in day 2 Gen Con. Yeah, there was a lot. So, but this one they only took the top 32, and then they took the top 32, and they did a single elimination 64-person bracket, which, like a good old red-blooded American like I am, I love me some brackets. Love them. I'm a huge college basketball fan. I love a bracket, and I was so excited. Like, this was new and interesting, and I was like, "Ooh, we get to fill out brackets." Like, that was fun for me. I actually did it, and I failed miserably because I just took the people I knew, and they failed me hardcore. Everyone out there that knows me, that knows that I know you, you did bad. It was the worst bracket I've ever filled out. But except for Paul Heaver. But I had him losing in top 8. Which you never go for the like he was Kentucky. He was literally Kentucky. And why I hate Kentucky, so I voted against him.
He was Kentucky.
But to go on the structure, I want to talk a little bit about the structure because my good friend Tyler Tipp was like, no, it was bullshit. It was crap. It promoted bad play. Or not promoted bad play, but it didn't reward good play. Let's say that. And at the time, I kind of argued with him, but then I heard him on Scum and Villainy. I think it was Scum and Villainy. Or maybe it was Crates. I don't know. It was on a podcast. And he explained it more in depth. And now I'm kind of coming around to where that maybe not be the greatest way to go about it.
Yeah. It's pretty tough to have to go 6-0 to win it. And even to have to go 3-0 to make top 16, right? That's pretty brutal.
Yeah. And then you go into a single round elimination tournament. I mean,
right.
I would be really fucking pissed if I went 6-0 and I was number 1 seed. Now, granted, they paired you up with the lowest guy.
Right.
Like the number 1 seeds got paired up with the lowest guys. And according to bracketology, you're supposed to win that game. Yeah. But it's a single elimination in X-Wing. X-Wing is not fucking basketball.
Yeah, exactly. So, squad matchup is a really big deal. So win-loss and MLB is not a good indicator necessarily.
It's not good. It is not good. So I'm changing my tune on that a little bit. It is a little rough. I wouldn't mind like a double elimination tournament or a double elimination bracket.
Right.
I think that would be fun. I love the idea of brackets. Just call me crazy. I love brackets. I love filling them out. They're so much fun.
Man. I just like how the bracket thing compared to with everything that works out right now with Tome.
Yeah.
Manage bracket thing. It's going to be horrendous. I wouldn't think that it would work very well.
It should be pretty much the same. It'll just, well, no, they'd have to redo the software, I guess.
Yeah, they would. They'd have to redo it. Yeah. Because they would basically do what they do when you get to the top cut is number 1 would play number 8, and they would have to do that with everybody that's dropped down to that lower bracket. And then they would have, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And the other thing is you lose 2 games and then you're done. So you just went to an event and you got like 3 hours worth of X-Wing in, and then I guess you'd have side tournaments and stuff. But yeah, double elimination would be pretty rough too.
Well, like Coach was saying before we started recording, the faster I found out I didn't make the top 16 on day 2 at Gen Con, the happier I probably would have been.
Yeah.
I suppose.
And that's probably where I kind of came into it, was like, oh, I love that format because, like, if I lost, I'm out and I can go enjoy. But, I'm thinking I'm at Gen Con. So there's shit to do at Gen Con.
Right, exactly. So
There's
I
not
guess
really a whole lot to do at Nova unless you're in an event kind of a thing. So
yeah, I guess if it was day 1, day 2 were still Swiss, and then day 3 final day was double elimination down to single elimination, that might be all right.
yeah, I wouldn't mind that. It would be. I mean, it's not bracket-esque, I guess is if that's a word. But
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, like I kind of like. I I'm assuming. Okay, so if you do a top 16, right, it's still a bracket. Like you can still put
Right.
it in the bracket. You're still playing. One is playing down here. Two is playing here. But it would be neat to see it split like that. I don't know, where you have the two sides coming together and then they have the winner. Now, do you go to a pod format or something like that? I don't know. Maybe it would be neat to do in a large event like that. You take, okay, so you got the top 32, so you take, you split the 16 and the 16s into two brackets here, and you split the two 16s here, and you do some sort of weird finagling double elimination tournament. It's a lot of work. And
Yeah.
it's probably never going to happen, but
Yeah. Well, regardless, we can mess around with the brackets or
sure.
the way that it is now all we want. The main case in point is losing is bad.
It was yeah, losing is bad. Yes.
If you lose, you don't make it. Do better, exactly.
But I found myself like checking. I mean, it's on. Whoa, the final game was on a Sunday. Yeah, Sunday.
Yeah.
I found myself checking out, what is it, challenge.com or something like that.
Yeah.
They actually had like a bracket there, and it was like I was just refreshing that thing constantly. I was like, "Oh, he beat him! Oh, he beat him! Oh, my bracket's terrible. This is bad." And I was like, "Oh, I'm going through," and it was a lot more interaction for myself, who is not there,
Right.
than I normally would have gotten out of any major X-wing tournament. Anyway, and I'm like, "Oh, okay, he did this, and that's cool. Get to the top 16 already."
Right.
But where the top 64 is like, ooh, it meant something. Like you had to play to stay, and it was. I know going. The problem is that X-wing doesn't. Like we said, X-wing's not basketball.
True.
You're not number 1 seed, and then all of a sudden the 32nd seed's like, or the 64 seed's like, well, I have your worst matchup.
Yeah.
Like crap. It would be interesting if you had like a draft kind of a thing where, top seed gets to pick which list he wants to take, right? But then that totally screws over the other guy, and you're like, well, I'm not even going to play. So fuck you. Enjoy your one win. Yeah, there's probably no way in X-Wing to do that. So
yeah.
We're probably going to lay that one to bed.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
So
I'm just gonna go on record and saying I love brackets. I'm addicted to brackets. I need my brackets.
I think we got it.
But what actually did happen in nationals? Who won it?
I have no idea.
It's not a
fancy
fancy
note. No. It was. Let me guess. DU.
Not Ethan.
Something Lehever.
No.
Let's see.
That doesn't sound right.
Starts with a P. It starts with a P.
It was definitely the Zach Matthews from the Carolina Crates podcast.
That's probably why he's not answering my phone calls anymore. Because he actually won the U.S. Nationals. He's like, fuck that guy. I'm too good for Kroll now. Paul Heaver. Woo! I went from let me give you a little genealogy with my Paul Heaver love-hate relationship here. I adored Paul Heaver on his first Worlds win. And then it was like his second Worlds win. I was like, oh my God, the guy's a genius. He is amazing. He totally legitimized X-Wing as being a skill, not luck game. And then he won
And
his
then he
third. Then he won his third Worlds, and I was like, "Fuck that dude! That guy
He became the
sucks."
Tom Brady
He-
of X.
He's
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
kick his ass out. I hate him. Blah blah blah. And
He's
then,
gonna sit around until he's 80 years old playing X-wing because you don't have like this physical limit like Tom Brady does in football.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like he could be winning. He could be like the 40-time world championship winner of X-wing. Like when he won his third one, I think the reason I was angry is because no one's ever gonna break that 3-time in a row record.
Yeah.
So like he just rocketed himself to the greatest. I mean, he is the greatest. There's no longer.
So you had Steve Young, and then you had Tom Brady
Well, you had Joe Montana. Come on.
and Joe Montana.
Joe Montana's better than Steve Young.
Yes, he is. I can't, I can honestly say that. So what I'm just saying, like, there might be somebody that takes 4 of them in a row. We just have to be old enough.
There literally won't. There literally won't. There's no way. There's
20
no
years,
way.
20 years from now,
4 years in a row.
there could be the Tom Brady of X-Wing.
No. Nathan Idy is as good, as close as it could be. Like Nathan Idy is as that's our only hope right there. Is Nathan Idy.
Yeah. You are our last hope.
But Paul Heaver beats Nathan Idy. That's the problem.
No, Nate Nighty tabled Paul Heaver at Gen Con.
At
Yeah.
Gen
That
Con.
happened.
At Gen Con.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
in Swiss, man. Paul Heaver don't give a shit about Swiss. It's like Tom Brady's like, oh yeah, I lost to like the worst team in the NFL. I guess I'm 15-1. Guess who's got a first round bye and home field advantage all through the playoffs? This guy. It's like he don't care until it gets to do or die time. I swear, Paul Heaver has like a little switch. He's just like switch, Swiss, don't care. As long as I make it, I'm good. And then after that, it's like, now I guess I'm here to play X-Wing. But that's where my hate came in for Paul Heaver. It was like, fuck you, Paul Heaver. You just ruined like my entire dream of being like the next back-to-back world champion. Because there's no way Aaron, the coach Kroll, is going to do 3 times. There's just no way. Unless I literally kill my opponent at the top table and be like, I'm going to jail, but I'm 3-time world champion in X-Wing.
I kill you.
And at that point, it might be worth it. I don't know. I mean, they'd have to prove that I killed him, but, we'll see.
You'd be on live stream. That's versus
I'd be on live stream. But, no, then the hatred started to set in. Like, because I remember meeting Paul for the first time, I think back in 2014 after he won Worlds. And I was like, dude, can you sign my Han Solo card? And then after that, it was like, I swear he rused the day of signing that card because I'm pretty sure I saw a guy at Gen Con making Paul Heaver sign every card in his book of cards. And then I was like, oh, thank God he's done with that. And then he's like, nope, he started pulling out dice. And he's like making Paul Heaver sign dice. And I was like, oh man, Paul, you've gone past X-Wing celebrityism. He's like the John Bon Jovi of X-Wing. Oh, maybe not that. Whatever. But anyway, so then it comes back, and he's like never won a regionals, and he's never won a U.S. Nationals. So he's like, he literally has the sacrifice blood of lambs running through the FFG Center. I'm starting to believe that lie, which I now know is a lie. And I actually was rooting for Paul Heaver to win the U.S. Nationals. Just because Nathan Idy won the national championship. And I want Nathan Idy to go, hey, Paul, do you have a national North American championship? And Paul's like, no, I only have a U.S. national. But hey, Nathan, do you have 3 world championships? And Nathan's like, and he just runs away.
Paul has the system open too.
Oh shit, that's right. But that format, oh no, you had to like legit win that, and then they went into that goofy format.
Right.
System. Okay.
Yeah.
So he legit won that too. See, I'm just gonna kneel down at the Church of Paul Heaver and just hopefully some of his raw, godly power rubs off of me in regional season this year.
You need to work on your lists. That's all you need.
Hey, I came up with a good list, and I did well with my list. I'm growing as
Yeah,
a
because
player.
you finally settled down and played what you
And
planned
I
to.
played my list. There's my Minoc pro tip. Play your fucking list. Whoa, who's that? Oh, John. Don't you be going mute on me now. Uh-oh. Kyle, are you with me?
I am still here.
Oh. John is hiding something.
Yeah. Maybe his wife came out of the doorway in a seductive dress or something. He's like, "Oh, gotta go."
Like I made him put the video thing on. Oh, there he is. Put a towel on, dear. Put a towel on.
You can't be coming up in here wearing something like that when I'm on a live stream.
Don't you know
There's
we're
people
live?
watching.
Well, okay, so we talked about this, and this. I wanted to maybe in this next episode or next segment. Wait, actually, guys, we have been skimping out on our promotional. Like, I got a call from Vigaro the other day, and they're not happy. Like, we totally segued bad into their commercial the other day, and they kind of chewed me out a little hard.
Oh, you mean the dry cut right into the commercial?
It was dry. That was a raw dog. That was a raw dog transition. There was no lube or nothing in that one. So I think, without further ado, we're gonna have to really give Vigaro their intro. So, and right. I need another beer. So, Vigaro, take it away. For all of you on the live vidcast, this is when Krogo gets another beer, and you get to stare at the beautiful stars and stripes for about 30 seconds.
Oh, everybody truly is gone.
Ooh, some live humming.
Hold on. You're going to... Here we go.
So, Kyle, what you doing?
Hold on. Please remain on the line while your party is waiting. Customer service will be with you in a minute. Thank you for calling. We really appreciate your call. Thanks for tuning in. OCX Radio is currently going to get another 12-pack of Bud Light.
Coach is taking forever.
I need a trumpet. Oh, disappointment.
I think Kroll got lost on his way to the fridge.
John, you there?
Yeah, I'm still here. Can you not hear me? I'm not muted.
I can't hear you, man. You there?
Why can't you hear me?
I think it's me on my end because I unplugged my speakers, and now when I plug back to my headset, I'm going to have to...
Oh, man. I think it's definitely your end. I think. Yeah. Google Hangout sees that I'm saying stuff.
No. Should have never done that, but I think it was worth it.
Yeah, maybe. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I totally can't hear you. Dead to
Can't?
the water.
No, can't. Okay. You just happened to answer my question, like, intelligently, without knowing. Oh, Kyle. I'm going to have to team viewer in, aren't I?
Oh, well, I'm just glad that you can still hear me. So does that give me free reins to just continuously talk regardless if I hear people speaking or not? Because... Excellent. I'm getting a thumbs up. I can see that and understand that. Oh, yeah, sign language. All I know how to sign is the symbol for poop. I can do that one for you. You can't see me right now. Oh, man, I know you did this for me once before, but I'm not. You're going to have to take over, John.
Okay.
Definition audio. What if I dropped the call and came back in? Okay.
Good grief, this is a long break. Where is Kroll?
Yay, I hear you. Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay, excellent.
There's Kroll.
Real life problems. Real life problems for OCX Radio, right?
Break. Yeah, right.
I already drank the beer that I received and had to go get another one with how long you were gone.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. So
I had to
I'm
go
burping
relieve
a lot
some
and I
bodily
keep pausing
fluids.
my mic. I'm pausing my mic a lot.
Gotta edit
No, I
that
paused
out.
my mic. Nope. I paused my mic every time I've had to belch because I took a shot of Crown Royal apple after I drank an entire glass of apple vinegar detox, whatever. And now that I'm drinking this Mexican beer called Tecate, they're totally not jiving. But I'm managing.
What is wrong with you?
I don't know.
This is not Gen Con.
Burning.
This is not Gen Con.
All right, we got to come back in from commercial.
Okay, hold on. I got a good segue into this. Or I got a
segue?
guest. I got a guest.
Oh, there's a guest.
I got a guest.
It's Andrea.
Oh, that would be cool. But I got the next best thing.
All right, we're waiting in
I got
anticipation
the next
now.
best thing to Andrea.
Oh.
We'll see if he shows up here in the next couple of seconds. That would be awesome, though. Oh, Andrea, damn it! I gotta get Andrea's freaking. I gotta get Andrea's Facebook thing. I gotta get her on Facebook.
Are you taking over as the ambassador now, Coach?
No. Well, yeah, basically. I mean, it is your job. There he is.
Who's that?
All right. Look at him putting that pin picture
Dion.
out.
Didn't even recognize him with those giant sunglasses.
Dion.
Hey, he'll even know how to record his own audio and everything.
Oh yeah, we got to get his Audacity up.
Beautiful. I'm sure he's got it figured out. Maybe.
He's awfully quiet.
Oh, Kaz muted. Better unmute him. We'll get to hear a belch.
Dion, is that your wife? If it is, she's
pretty
hot.
sure. We already talked to her, his wife.
Oh yeah, I
Do you
saw
not
her. I
remember that?
saw her live. That's right.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure I said she was hot then too. But that's a good picture. That's a good picture, you guys. I don't know why we can't hear him.
I don't know either. It looks like he's not talking.
Maybe he's just sniping in, because we are going to talk about the state of the podcasts of X-Wing next.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we're going to get some dirt out. Yo!
All right.
Damn it! Man. Super
he
long
doesn't wanna
commercial
talk.
break. Ooh, you should do... Okay. We should do Ryan Farmer's Hard Lemonade next. There he is.
Oh, there he is.
Nope.
Hey.
Nope.
Can't hear him.
No audio.
Nothing.
Oh, looks like I'm not.
Nope,
Sorry,
can't hear
man. Negative Ghost Rider.
Yes, we get a look at Dion as he figures out the problems of
You know what? I know that face. I know that face. I know exactly what he feels like right now.
And if you would have been around about 5 minutes ago, Coach, you would have had me going through the same thing.
Yep.
Yeah, but we're in commercial break, so it doesn't matter.
I left the call,
No,
Dion,
go.
and joined back in, and then it worked for me.
Oh, does he have to? Yeah, okay. You're good. You're good. We're still in commercial break, Dion. Oh, he's dead. I think this is now two Biskies and 3 Burrs.
What's his shot count at?
Is that working now?
Hey!
Oh,
there he
we go.
is. Now we got him.
All right.
Oh, that's much better.
Hey. Sweet.
Is Audacity on?
Ooh, should we do snaps? We got to do snaps, right? Or are you going to be able to pick that up, John?
Yeah, we should do snaps again. It always makes it easier.
It does.
Can I do it with a burp instead?
Check 1, 2.
Yeah, you're good.
Sure.
Yeah,
That
I'm checking
totally works.
If Audacity is actually picking up my audio or not.
Oh yeah, you want to make sure you do that.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to do the ultimate payback to me, you can record the entire thing without your audio going. Oh, God, I feel. I still feel so bad about that. That was okay for
Check.
Hey,
All right. I think I got it now.
for all you vidcast
Right,
people
sure.
out there. We had an amazing episode with Dion on.
Oh, it was fantastic.
And I was even half sober during that one.
You were.
Audacity not even recorded a single thing I said. Pissed me off so bad. But now that we got him back on, hey, welcome to the... should we come back in from commercial? Yeah, we should probably come back in from commercial.
Well, snaps maybe?
Yeah, let's do snaps first. Okay. So, for all of you watching live, this is how the magic is done in editing. This is how John This is how John gets his title of producer extraordinaire.
Making sure everybody does the snaps.
3, 2, 1 snaps, okay? 3, 2, 1. Yay!
We were supposed to get a burp from Kyle.
Way to
Yeah,
go,
I already
Kyle.
expelled the burp. It was
you already
too
got
long
rid
of
of
a
it.
wait.
All right. Coming back in from a commercial. Thanks, Vigaro, for that great update on how to keep my date up, right, and hard. It was terrible. Wow, that
You're,
was
giving,
bad.
you're giving it to your partner.
It's gonna work. Yeah,
That doesn't.
it'll work though.
Give
But
your wife
guess-
some Vigaro.
During our commercial break, ladies and gentlemen, we have a new guest on today. He is no stranger to the OCX Radio podcast. It is the one, the only, the Walter Cronkite of X-Wing, Mr. Dion Morales.
Hello, everybody.
Oh, that was even good. Hello, everybody.
Hello,
My
everybody.
name is Dion Morales.
Man, I was vaguely familiar with Walter Cronkite before you guys said that, and I had to look it up again and videos of him and be like, okay, I get it.
Dion, you're not that old, are you?
No,
Or
actually,
you're not that young, I should say.
I turned 30 in 5 days.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're a pup.
Yeah,
Oh.
I just look ugly and old.
Oh my god, dude, 30 sucks. just preparing you, 30 sucks. Like all those hopes and dreams, just it's like a proton torpedo to the exhaust port.
Ah,
No, it's actually fun because then you don't have anything stupid and childish to look forward to after that.
well, I've never been one to go after childish things, so I don't know. It's just another day.
You're an old soul then already.
That's right.
Then you'll be fine.
Yeah.
I'm still
But
stupid.
you chase the dreams of winning an X-Wing trophy.
Oh yeah, but that's not childish. That's passion.
No,
That's
no, because I can
Seriously.
see right over his shoulder there's an X-Wing trophy.
Yes, there are.
Yeah, did I see 2?
There's
I
3.
see 2.
3
3?
Yeah.
When
I
did
won-
that happen?
I won 3 store championships.
since we talked.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I don't talk about it. I just
Yeah, but I mean, the last time we talked, you only won 1, didn't you?
yeah, I guess I won 2 other ones.
Oh shit! My
You
God!
just secretly ninjaing around.
Let's just take that whole industrial-sized bottle of salt and pour it on Kroll's open wounds. Yeah, that's awesome. Congratulations, dude! You were just
thank you.
bitching about that whole stack of
Yeah, actually, I have them there. You see it?
They're still there.
Yeah, there they are.
Oh man,
That's
That's
an
awesome.
Patreon giveaway, isn't it?
well, Dion,
You get
you actually came at a perfect time because
All right,
we
what are
already
we talking
talked about what we wanted to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Was basically tie swarms are awesome in Northwest Iowa. Found that out.
Okay.
Paul Heaver went from a love-hate to a hate-love relationship with me.
Oh.
I used to hate him. I used to hate him because he made every single dream of anyone doing beating him non-existent. No one's ever going to win 3 back-to-back world championships.
No.
So that
No,
made me mad. That made me mad.
I figure by now, he comes home, right, and his wife's probably now disappointed if he ever doesn't win anything. It's what? You didn't get your 6th national title?
Some random day from work. He comes home on Thursday. So did you win anything? He's like, I just went to work, dear. It's oh, really? Okay, fine.
You ain't getting none of this.
You ain't getting none of this. I only give it out when you win trophies, baby.
That's right.
You gotta have the legit cred.
But no, and we covered the whole bracket thing. Well, hey, you were actually no. Okay, we're not done. You are actually at U.S. Nationals, so give us some highlights. Give us some. I mean, I heard the crate cast, and that was not beneficial towards you, but those guys are jerks anyway. So
Yeah, well, actually, I recorded last night, and we'll be publishing that probably in a couple days.
wait,
here.
time out. Let's see that beautiful Des Moines X-wing shirt you got.
Right there.
Representing.
Yeah.
There you go.
Stop talking so we can see it. He's not talking.
Excellent.
Dion, you need to talk. Okay.
Oh,
okay.
you need to.
One
you
more.
can click-
I'm gonna present you.
You're
I'm gonna
being
present
you're
you right
being
now. Okay.
confusing.
There
You
you
can
go.
click
There
on
it
me.
is. Des Moines
Yeah.
X-wing.
Woo woo.
Beautiful.
I need my OCX shirt.
You're getting one.
Oh, yeah.
But you're getting the new one.
Ooh.
The new one.
The new and improved.
Yeah, I've got your guys
It's-
stick. So I have one exciting thing that has nothing to do with what we're talking about. I got a new X-wing case, and your guys' stickers like right in the front of it. Here,
Yes!
let me grab it. I'll show you. I'll show it off.
Yes, we need to see that. See, we intentionally did our OCX stickers like we did, so therefore it's geometrically perfect. So like you can't not put it in the center of your case. Otherwise, the OCD people will go crazy.
All right, there it is. Right there.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah, you know, got some other stuff on the sides and stuff, but I put you guys right in the front.
Perfect. Didn't we give you like 1,000 of those?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Chicago was just like by the end, he's like, "Here, have 500 stickers." We're trying to dilute the evidence.
So you guys wanted to know about nationals, right?
Yeah.
So, shit. Where do we start? Let's see. Let's start with good stuff because there was good stuff and there was bad stuff. So,
Good stuff first.
good stuff first. You know, most of the field was really competitive. We got to the cut to 64, and one thing it did do, it brought a little bit more drama, kind of like drama in the tournament structure. Because usually you could be like, oh, you know, I can afford a loss in Swiss or whatever like that. When you get to that day 2 cut, one and done, baby. Like it's very there's a little more drama now. You could argue that it's not the best for a tournament structure because it doesn't necessarily tell you who was the best on that day. It tells you who had maybe a good matchup. But that was really interesting. Most of the people there were, you know, like usual, really, really positive, having a good time. Bombs everywhere. I mean, because we are currently in Bomb Wing.
Yeah, we're in Bomb Wing.
We are in Bomb Wing. So if yeah, we'll see how the meta shapes. I mean, I know I'm hard at work trying to figure out what is the next thing. Like, all right, so because I'm going to Canadian Nationals too, so like we're gonna see Paul's list everywhere, right? So we're gonna see Nim Miranda. It's like, all right, what beats Nim Miranda? Do you join the Nim Miranda and like try to do like a 4-point bid, or do you try to find a thing that beats it? Now the thing that trashes it is Kylo, like rack plus whatever. Right. So maybe that's the play, but then the problem is if people are still playing Fairship Rebels, that's a bad matchup for Rack Kylo unless you're me and you trap Whisper 3 times. See, I need to rewind. Remember you talked about the crates? Okay. All right. So let's talk about that episode where they were talking crap, okay? So yes, Chris practiced with him and all that stuff, but the thing that they failed to talk about is I trapped Whisper 3 times with all 4 guns on her, fully modified attacks, and she just decided to be a god and didn't die. So there's nothing I can do. If
there's no good strategy for freaking rolling natties. That's
exactly.
That's bullshit.
Yeah.
Did he scream, "Duncan, take the wheel"?
I did not. So maybe that was the reason. But yeah, so we're gonna have to see how the meta shakes out. with Guns for Hire coming out whenever that's supposed to be sometime in the fourth quarter, that might get rid of some of the Fair Ship Rebels, which then should allow the rack with Kylo to rise. So we'll see what goes there.
Telling you, Dion, not Dion. My Control Alt Delete list does very well against both. Nothing like a ghost with auto blast turrets to really scare freaking Fair Ship Rebels. You know what? Fine. Cower in the corner. I'll just one bump you all day and just wreck everything.
There you go.
But
what's the full build out of that list?
I don't know if the crates were like trolling me or not, but I had NIM, adaptability up to 9, accuracy corrector, and TLT. Okay. And then I had just a Lothal Rebel, Auto Blaster, accuracy corrector, Hera, and Rey with Zeb docked. And I went 5-1 in Gen Con day 1. And I lost literally every game by 1 or 2 hull points in the last one. But there's really no bad matchup for it. I mean, you got the hull to take, and you're going to dish out the damage, and it's auto. I mean, you don't have to worry about your dice rolls on that one because you're not rolling any dice. So
this is very true.
I've had a couple of guys here at the store run Fair Ship Rebels against it, and they castle in the corner like they're supposed to. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna throw 5 dice at you when I get close with a target lock focus, with a bunch of focus actually, and then it just, as long as Nim stays out in the outskirts, just plugs away and just does 2 hards with her TLT, with his TLT, it's fine. I don't have the salvo, but I still have
still got some
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I got a 10 dice salvo to go against it.
I mean, 10 versus 11. That's only like
10 versus 11. I'll take that. Okay.
Yeah, it's something like 7 to 13%.
Yeah.
So your perspective on the second day of, I don't know if it's the second day, but the 64 bracket cut was like not a good idea. What you said? Yeah,
over like competitively, I don't think it's the best idea because while great players made it to the top, and I'm not saying anything to anybody who made it top 4. It really, the person, let's say, it punished the most was Duncan. Duncan was playing his ass off, okay, and he got paired against Paul. So he has Imperial Aces with 3, like if they had 4 to 6 hit points on them. Versus bombs with Sabine.
Oh,
how do you play against that? You can't. And like we talked about it on our show. Duncan was like, you hope that you don't roll well against the bomblet generators, but Sabine is unblockable no matter what. So there's very little counterplay to that.
But that's not a knock on the bracket.
Well, it's a knock on the bracket because, let's say he had that 1 loss and they did a cut to top 8, right?
Yeah, but that matchup was in the top 8, wasn't it?
That matchup was in the top 8. But let's be theoretical and let's say that matchup had happened. Let's say that matchup happened in 64.
Right. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and he's screwed. Yeah.
Right.
And we went over this earlier, and I was just like, I love my brackets, man. I love brackets. And I'm sorry, it was awesome for the X-Wing community that wasn't there. Like, everyone filled out brackets, and I was paying attention to the challenge thing, and I was like, oh man, it was super. Do or Die does something for competitiveness that it's like, it just ramps it right up here. And everyone loves that who's not in the tournament.
Yeah.
So it's bad for them, but it's good for us. So
absolutely.
I have another question
I
for you.
kind of wish they could combine those ideas.
Did you see a lot of triple jump masters there?
There were some. There was,
dude,
at least on the day.
Wasn't there a chance to have triple Jumpmaster intelligence agents versus triple intelligence agent Jumpmasters or something
Yeah,
like that?
Marcel and Travis Johnson were on opposite sides of the bracket, and it could have happened. Travis barely lost to Paul, and Marcel barely lost his top 8 match. Like on the last die roll, right? We actually did the math. It was something like the guy needed to roll 2 symbols, and so it it happened. And it was like, all right, well, that's what happens.
Yeah. See,
20
I would have thought that triple contracted scouts would have been a good counter to Nim and Miranda.
Oh, it is.
They would have been
Yeah,
able to
that's what I was
blow
thinking.
one of them off the map and then take on the other one, no problem.
It is a good matchup. The issue, like Marcel lost to very similar to the runner-up list, Tim's list. It's actually Zach Matthews' list. It's called the Ego.
Oh yeah.
So it lost to that. But it was, I only got to catch the last half of it because I was commentating and running around talking to people, so I didn't get to see the full thing. But it was a very close matchup, and Travis versus Paul was also a very close matchup. It just there was nothing he could do. He went to half on all of them and I think they ended up going up to time or something like that.
Yeah.
So it was on
Travis's game the game where, like, Paul's Nim would have died if he didn't roll the 1 evade?
I didn't watch that game in person. I just have talked about it. Like, people have talked about it to me, so I don't know for sure. I don't know 100%. Let's see what else happened. Like I said, great games. Now, can I talk about the one really negative experience I had?
You
Of course
most
you can.
certainly can.
Sure.
Okay. You ready? Here it is.
We're ready.
Okay, so
Even your dog's not happy about it.
yeah, no, they were pissed. They're actually outside with my wife, but how do I say this? I'm trying to think about the professional way to say this.
Oh, don't go professional because we're gonna get dirty on this one.
Just
Yeah, this is
talking
dirty. You
about
don't have to be
We're
professional.
talking podcasts after this, so
Okay, so this is round 1. Okay, this is round 1. My opponent is flying 2 TLT aggressors, a sync turret aggressor, and Omega leader. Versus my I was flying Fairship Rebels at the tournament. So the correct strategy versus that list is to castle. Okay.
Mhm.
But now let's rewind. The tournament organizers, one thing they were really good at is that they kept pace. They said, hey, we're not waiting for anybody. This is how much time you had to go. So I had all my stuff on the tray ready to go. We got assigned tables. I put everything out, and I was waiting for my opponent to get ready. He had nothing out. He had everything inside of his kind of like a toolbox style case and was very leisurely taking everything out. I said, no problem. I'm not in a rush. Whatever. So,
No, with Fairship, you're not.
no.
but they started time. Oh.
Yeah, so they started time.
Yeah.
Now, we didn't start setting up rocks till 5 minutes past the time. Now, not because of me, but because of him. So we're setting rocks, and he's kind of, in my opinion, nonchalantly throwing them out there. Like, hey, that's fine. You don't want to have a strategy for your rocks? That's great. I'm going to think about it, right? So we get to the last rock, which is my turn. He brings the little mustache one, and there was a couple of spots where I thought it could fit. So I was trying to put it in there, and he starts visibly getting irritated. I'm like, is he irritated? Right? So I'm like, okay. So and my mom's like, he thinks I'm slow playing him right now with my rock. It's like, no, I'm trying to be good at the game, right? So that's part 1. All right, it's time to set up his ship. His 3 aggressors go down. He just kind of like looks around and goes plop, plop, plop. I'm like, okay, good job. You're good at the game. Not. So correct strategy, and like, I mean, he left me this giant ass path to just like, he's gonna come in, I'm just gonna break the fortress and wreck him. So I start putting down the fortress, and in the game rules it says you can use any templates inside of range 1. Okay, no matter what, including your maneuver templates. So I put down one of my templates to start making the fortress. He screamed at the top of his lungs, Judge. I'm like, whoa, dude. And he's like, you need to hurry up. He's telling me I need to hurry up. Like, dude, I just put the thing. So he start complaining to the judge that I was, he's like, he asked about this. He's like, well, he's taking forever. And like, I'm looking at him going like, all right, this is fine. So I set up my thing fast. I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I'm not even going to do it in pilot scale order because you want me to rush, right? So I just like throw it together and say, okay, let's play. So I castle for the first 3-4 turns, and he decides to take his sync turret aggressor, and he's coming in. I'm like, all right, and break and kill it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you see him like, yeah, he's sad because I killed his sync turret aggressor. Don't play sync turret. It's bad.
Oh God.
Okay, so the game continues. I end up winning the game at time, and the last move of time is he has. Lorik has 3 hull left, and it's in a board state where I see the time has been called. Say it's end of round. This is our last dial. It's like, okay, great. I put it to go as far to the board edge as possible. That way his TLT aggressor that was about range, at the time it was range like 4.5 from me, couldn't go 4 forward and catch Lorik on the last turn and possibly kill him. It's like he's going to have 1 shot on me with Omega Leader. That's possibly 2 damage. Lorik lives. Yeah, it's fine. So I do that, and again, I see the face, right? Like, and I say, okay, hey, good game. And I'm trying to, during this entire game, I'm trying to keep it peppy and like, hey, great move, good roll, right?
Like you always do. Right.
He's having none of it. Like, just dead face.
He's a bad mood right off from the start.
Correct. So, and so we finished the game. I'm like, fine, he's gonna be like that, and like, I'm not a very confrontational person, but I was like, I have to say something because I don't understand what's going on here. And I asked him, why are you upset? And he goes, well, you can't tell me that the clock didn't play into your win. And I went, it's part of the game, and you weren't ready in those first 5 minutes. So why are you telling me to rush? He's like, well, you castled for the first 3 turns or whatever it was. And I go, so?
It's what my list does.
So he was so bent out of shape, and it just put me in a horrible mood. Like right after that first match, I'm like, oh my god, what is with this guy? But luckily, I had a couple people come around me like, the dude's local, we know him, he's like this all the time. It's not you. It's so I'm like, okay, cool. I came down a little bit, and then my second round opponent was just like a super fun guy, and I got back to my normal kind of like X-Wing is awesome, fun kind of mood because, dude, that dude was like, a lot of people throw around the word like cancer when it comes to X-Wing. Like that guy's attitude was cancerous. Like it was just like he did not come to have fun. Like I understand that maybe castling might not be considered the most fun strategy, and whatever. Come play the game within the game rules, and you can't be mad at me for that.
Yeah.
Was that like by far the most defining moment you've ever had with like a bad player experience?
Yeah, I said it on the recording I did yesterday. That was the absolutely worst thing I have had happen to me in this game. Was this guy's attitude.
You get me right in the feels with that, Dion, because like I said on our podcast talking about Gen Con, that was like the first major tournament that I went to where I haven't had to deal with somebody that had that kind of attitude.
Mm-hmm.
So I was pleasantly surprised.
Kyle does have the face that you're looking for. Like if Kyle had his video thing up, like he could perfectly portray the I'm like, he's got it down to perfection.
Yeah, it's from.
I've seen it so many times that I could definitely do it.
It's like, wait a minute, you're quadruple stressed, and of course you would roll 3 evades for the third time and 5 natural hits. Of course you would.
This guy's dice are on fire. Well, Dion, hey man, you had a good run at nationals. You can't be mad about that.
No, and like again, the tournament and the people just made me feel significantly better about it. And when I lost, to Matt in the top 64. Like it was like one of those like, you know what? It was one of the first times where I got like a significant length into the tournament. I was like, oh, I was doing well, and I lost, and I went, okay. Like I didn't feel bad about it. It's like, hey, you know, I did what I wanted to do. Like I tried to catch Whisper, and you know, it just didn't work. And I was like, all right. And that, I guess the other thing is, this was the first time I got tabled as a podcaster.
Oh no!
So it's been collected on me. I was trying to
the bounty.
Yeah, and the best part about it was I had not even been thinking about the bounty while we were there. Like it just wasn't in my mind at all.
Sure.
And it wasn't until Chris, like when there's like 10 minutes left in the game, like comes and I see him with the templates in his hand.
Oh yeah, he said that.
Yeah, and my face just went like, oh God, I forgot.
See, that's your problem with being a renowned podcast. Like, he don't give a fuck about us. Well, we get 100-0 all the time.
Well, some of us.
Oh, John, you've been 100-0.
I'm trying to think of the last time.
Yes, you have.
I think it was back in Iowa. That'd be like over a year and a half ago.
Oh,
It's been
wasn't
a
by
long
me.
time since I've been. No,
No, it wasn't by me.
It's been a long time since I've been 100-0. It was probably Kyle that did it last time.
He's pretty good at that. But no, it's thank God we don't have that bounty on us. Whew.
There's pressure.
Like, I want to say that we're not big enough, but Jesus, we got a lot of downloads the last freaking podcast. Like, we're getting up there. We're getting up there. I don't think we're quite on your guys' level yet, but this is a good segue into my next thing. Is that we ever since Gen Con, we've noticed. I mean, obviously, because we passed out stickers like galore.
Of course.
But it was cool because I had a Dion and Kyle moment at Gen Con this year. Like, it was really, really neat. Like, Mike came up to me, Asian Mike, and I promised I was going to try to figure out how to pronounce his last name, but I can't. So it's just Asian Mike. He's like, dude, you're OCX Radio, aren't you? I was like, yeah. He's like, are you coach? I was like, yes. I've said a lot of stupid things on the air. So I'm like, he's either going to chew my ass out or he's like, you guys are the best. I love you guys. Like, it was like, oh, wow, thanks for this is cool. And, you know, I remember the year before that, like, Kyle came up to you and he was like, dude, that's Dion. That's Dion. I'm like, okay. It's like, it's from Gold Squadron Podcast. I was like, oh, yeah, you should go say hi to him. It's like, I already did. He's awesome. He's so cool. And so this year we were driving up there, we're like, who in the hell is going to recognize us? This and that. And to tell you the truth, there was a lot of people that listened to us at Gen Con. Now, we're a Midwest.
Yeah.
We're a Midwest, just like Gold Squadron. We're a Midwest group. So, and it's Indianapolis. So, yeah, we got a lot of Midwest people. But it was just really neat to hear, like, wow, they actually listen to our drunken ramblings and then come back the next week and listen to more drunken ramblings.
Absolutely. I mean, it's the community is great. It's amazing.
It is really great. I do want to get into the topic though. Now that we have you on, I mean, you're an OG. You're an old gangster podcaster. You guys have been around forever. The state of podcasting is what I want to get into.
All right.
There's a lot of us out there. I didn't even realize how many there were. But you start counting, like, you can't even do an X-Wing search into your podcast search engine without getting at least 20. At least 20 entries.
Oh, for sure.
How many podcasts do you think are out there for X-Wing? Miniatures only. There's got to be 25.
There, I believe it. Like, there's a lot of smaller ones, and I subscribe to as many. Like, when I hear about one, like I put it on my phone almost right away.
There's no way you can listen to them all.
Oh, I can't. I mean, no, it's impossible.
There's
Right
just
now, during the school year, it's a little bit easier. I'm a teacher and I commute. It takes me. I have about an hour drive every day.
So
Ooh, yeah.
And I also drive from school to school, so I have a lot of time to listen. But even then, I can't get through everybody.
no.
But yeah,
And
go ahead.
we got this we were talking about this. We got an invitation in the email about the 3-point. Kyle, is it 3.2 company?
Yeah, 3.2 company. Yep.
Yeah, 3.2 company. Yep.
Never even heard about them.
Yep.
But they were offering this Vassal thing.
Yep.
Is this a legit thing? Like,
Yeah.
should we be doing this?
Well, so we got invited to it. We got invited to it. The issue is that Ron doesn't play on Vassal. Andrea doesn't play on Vassal. Marcel doesn't care for Vassal. I'm the only person who actually plays on Vassal from the cast. So entering a tournament as Gold Squadron podcast is really just like Dion playing all the games.
Yeah,
and I don't have time for that. So
that's the same for us. Is like I've played on Vassal. I've maybe played 3 games on Vassal, but that was basically with John and Kyle to try to figure out Vassal.
Yeah, sure.
Not like me that noob and be like,
yeah,
it's control function. What? To make my guy move forward.
No, I probably would have played pretty much all those games.
Yeah, I would have tried to make a couple of them. Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe.
It's just like I know for myself, like I have time is a limited resource, so it's one of those where I would love to enter a Vassal tournament. That's why I used to participate in the Vassal League. But I already, I go to my own like actual league night, work, and I have all the things I have to do for the podcast when it comes to like shipping out swag and
you're busy, man.
Writing notes and it's just I would love to, and I reached out to them and said like thanks,
there's the big difference why we don't do Patreon and you do Patreon, because you apparently have the work ethic to do that. Like
it's a lot more than I thought it was going to be. But it's really cool to go to a tournament and even somebody who doesn't recognize me, like looking down at their cards and seeing one of the cards that are mine, I'm like, hey, that's mine. I gave.
Oh yeah, it's awesome. But I think the one thing that our podcast has in common with the crates, and I want to say probably the only thing, is that I would have a hard time asking people for money to listen to our drunken ramblings. I mean, I think we're entertaining and I think we do a good job, but I'm like, I don't think I would want to pay for that. I mean, you guys actually give out good content and good like information. We're just like, hey, we got drunk this one weekend and went and played X-Wing. This is what happened.
Yeah,
but I do want to kind of get a general consensus on. There's so many podcasts out there, and there's something for everyone, right?
Right.
You have the majors. It's Gold Squadron, Minoc. I'm gonna say the crates, just because they get blasted on every single other podcast. That it's almost like you almost have to listen to them
to understand the references, yeah.
To understand why you're not going to listen to them anymore. Like you gotta go through the.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Like, yep, nope, not gonna. No, I'm shitting, sort of shitting on the Crate podcast.
That's fine.
But
and then the Scum and Villainy. Don't forget those.
Scum
guys.
Scum and Villainy is there. Nova. I mean, they had their Exodus, right?
They're
time off.
I don't think they're going to be coming back. Can I show you something really funny that I got though while I was
in Nova? Yes.
Okay, so this is, I don't know who made this, but it was funny as shit. So
wait,
you kill it.
Stop. We're gonna present this to everyone. Wait, tell Trevor jump as a Nova Squad Ranger. First time you'd be destroyed instead of killing this card.
Take one more episode.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
that's funny.
it was great.
Man.
so they're done
Well,
then.
They're done. Yeah.
You know what? We actually got a YouTube live chat. It says Patrick B. If you can't listen to all the podcasts, you aren't trying hard enough. You're right, Patrick B. I don't try at all. I tell you what, it's hard for me sometimes to just make it through a Minoc podcast these days. I don't even listen to my own podcast, let alone, but that's normal because I hate the sound of my own voice, which all podcasters will tell you that.
I'll say I've gotten over it because since we edit the show, right, or I edit the show.
So you have to.
So I
See,
have to
that's the
listen to
problem.
myself. So I've gotten over
John
it.
Montana's the one that edits our show, so I don't have to.
There you go.
Yeah.
He has the producer extraordinaire title for a reason.
There you go.
But it is really hard. I mean, I've subscribed. I've subscribed to almost all of them that I can find,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like the one thing is what we did right away when we started this podcast is we're going to be weekly. We're going to be weekly. If you're not weekly, I've found, and some of my other podcasters have found, it's hard. Like if you're not already the established podcast,
Yeah.
you will get kind of shuffled down.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And you're seeing that already. I can already see it with Stay on Target. I used to listen to Stay on Target all the time. I still do. I love those guys. But Kessel Run and Scum and Villainy and all those guys are not weekly. Like TCX set the bar. Like
Yep.
they're like, we're gonna put a half an hour show every week, like clockwork. And every other podcast went, ooh, look at their numbers.
Yeah.
And their numbers were amazing. And it was just awesome. So then you started seeing the influx of, okay, now Minoc's going to be weekly, and then crates are going to be weekly. Gold Squadron is weekly, right?
It's bi-weekly.
Bi-weekly, that's right.
It's bi-weekly, but I'm very consistent on when I drop it. So it's usually every other Monday. But then
I was going to say it's on a Monday.
But in between there, I will usually drop something. You know, like I am planning on dropping what I recorded yesterday, probably tomorrow or Thursday, as just like bonus. You know, something a little bit extra.
Yeah.
Like for me, what I noticed, and love to my fellow podcasters. You know, I love them all, but for me is I need that time in between each of my episodes to really collect what my thoughts and what I want to talk about. That way, for me, I can be thoughtful about it. Like I know that most people, when I do a show with them and they see my notes, are like, "Whoa, Dion, these are a lot of notes." That's because I want to make sure that that thought when I was writing the notes gets into the show. So sometimes I'll read it verbatim, like what I wrote, and that's because, you know, I have some. I guess I haven't really talked about this publicly, but I have some processing capacity issues with my brain. That
Sure.
from a childhood sickness that I had. So from one way for me to cope with that is being able to write it down and go over it over and over again in order to have a consistent product that I put out.
That's a hell of a lot better than what we do. It's like Kyle's like, here's the show notes, and then John sort of goes over them, and then literally 15 minutes before we go on air, I'm like, hey, where's the show notes? Oh, this is what we're doing today. It's like, man, wouldn't this have been nice to know? Maybe a day or two, but it's on my own damn fault. So, see, I'm building in what is it called? Job security.
Yeah.
So I start the show, so they can't do a show without me.
That's right. Damn straight.
Well, actually, they did a show without me.
We could.
But technically, I was on the show, but I just didn't record my audio.
It happens. It happens. Yeah,
But no, it's to give you guys credit. Your guys' stuff is like it. You can tell that you've thought your shit through. Like it's not. There's no gaps. There's
Mhm.
no questions. There's no. Well, you read this card wrong, or this word thing. Like no, it is spot on. Like you want to go get. Like I always listen to you guys first when a new set comes out. Like we always try to like, oh, new set comes out. We got to get out there first. Got to get out there first, and we fuck everything up. And then I'm like, oh, well, we did a terrible job with that. Good thing I'm going to listen to Gold Squadron next week. It's like they'll get it all right. But you guys do you do the best at like the full breakdown, and it is really nice to have someone else's opinion that has been thought about. Like we're just here. That's the difference between our podcast.
That's a good transition right there, Coach. One of the things that we had got brought up to us as like feedback from our producer that he was getting was saying that, hey, you guys need to stop dropping cuss words and drinking so much beer and getting drunk, and maybe I'll listen to your podcast. Well, I hate to tell everybody that's listening to our podcast that's not going to get any better anytime soon.
That's not going to happen.
Because there are, and we kind of target a specific crowd of X-Wing players.
Oh, yeah.
And that's just who we are.
Yeah.
So I want to thank you for giving us a try and us not being your flavor. But moving forward, that's not going to be something that happens.
Oh yeah, like I totally plan on putting disclaimers like, if you are looking for intelligent X-Wing talk, please reference yourself to Minak or Gold Squadron podcast because this is going to be a shit show.
And like there has to exist different types of podcasts for different kinds of people. And I'll be honest, it's like if every show was the same, then it doesn't work, right? So like you have I'll just kind of do a quick rundown, right? So we'll start all the way on one side. So we start with the crates, right? And that is 100%.
That's one side.
That is 100% stream of consciousness, right? That's just stream of consciousness. Say whatever you want. I mean, tangents to all hell and back. And there's content in there, but you gotta nitpick it out.
Thank God for Travis the Johnson. That's right. All I gotta say.
Exactly. And then I would put us on the other side, like if you want to go to the other side of the spectrum, where it is, you guys you joked about me being the Walter Cronkite of X-Wing. It is it's entertaining, but it's more of a news show and debating back and forth and trying to find the information. And I would say Marcel brings a little bit of the like to it because he knows me and he knows that I can get real serious real fast just trying to break down. So he's got
to keep you on the loose,
right? He's the comedic part of it. And you have everybody who falls in between to their flavor. Like Radio TCX is more on our side, and you have kind of like Minok is kind of in the middle where it depends on the day and how Dean's feeling.
They're pretty wishy-washy. I would put them more on your side. Now the problem is I got a problem. We're probably more on the crate side.
Yeah, you're more on the crate side.
We're like crates are here. We're here. And then everybody else is over there. So
and then it's all great information. And then you also have some smaller podcasts that really focus in on just the local, right? So one that I enjoy listening to, but they talk very little about all like X-Wing as a whole, is the Hit Crit podcast.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, they're out of South Africa, right?
Oh, I gotta pick them up.
Yeah, so they talk about their South African meta and things that they do, and they don't come out very often. But it's just interesting to hear other people's perspective, right?
Well, see, that's the one thing I like is like that's when you talked about like local. I was like, oh, they're like middle Seattle, like Evergreen or something like that. But you're like, no, they are across the pond, long ways. But that's cool because we should know what's going on over there.
Exactly.
Because they probably found out a hidden gem that we haven't figured out here.
Yeah, and that's one of the, I think, one of the biggest things that I like to it, because I feel like I'm getting, like, the more I can listen, the more information you have, the more you can ingest, the more you can process for yourself and figure out what is good information and what is bad and what can help you be the best player.
Yeah. And I also agree with listen to everything. Just give it at least 2 episodes. You got to give every podcast 2 episodes because I mean, if you were listening to Flying Under the Influence, you would have dropped us like a bad hat right on the back. It was not supposed to be published. No, give every episode or every podcast 2 episodes. And if they're not for you, believe me, there's plenty of other podcasts out there. They will fit your.
I tried a podcast that I only gave 1 listen to, and it has nothing to do whether or not they had good content. It was I got really excited to listen to it, and I couldn't understand the language they were speaking. It was like a Wookiees episode.
Yeah, they're Portuguese. Yep.
Yeah, I couldn't understand what they were saying.
Oh
man. The hype was there. I was like, I love Wookiees, so I'm going to listen to this, and it's going to be great. I'm like, wait a minute, I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah, those guys are really good X-Wing players.
Yeah, they're really good down there.
Andrea Ripoli, and I'm forgetting his co-host, but I got to chit-chat with them a lot at not the last Worlds, but the November Worlds that happened.
2016.
Yeah, there you go. And good guys, very smart.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, as a podcast whole, there is something for you out there.
Mm-hmm.
Believe me, there's something for you. If you don't like the swearing and the cussing and the drinking and the blah blah blah, believe me, there's other podcasts. Don't give up on it. Just move on. Like there are certain podcasts. They're gonna do what they're gonna do.
Yep.
Gonna change.
Maybe if I marry them, they'll change.
We've had the thought of changing a little bit, and it's just not gonna stick. It's just not gonna work.
And that's okay. Like it's everybody, everybody like we've said, everybody's different. Everybody has their different styles, and whatever. It is what it is.
Well, apparently. Kyle's hearing some Ewoks.
I hear Ewoks all the time, but right now specifically.
You need to get that solved, my friend. Ewoks is not a normal sound to be hearing every day.
I hate Ewoks.
But usually when I hear Ewoks, it's time to end the episode. So, Dion, you up for a yub nub?
Yub nub.
Wait. Do we want to do any shout-outs? Do we have any shout-outs? I want to shout out to Chicago. Thank God you were not on this live vidcast because
we actually started on time.
You are wow! I was just gonna call him a terribly looking human being, but wow, that really undercut the belt. No, Dion, any shout outs? Any stuff you didn't get in your Gold Squadron podcast?
Shout out to Aaron Utley who let me commentate with him after I got eliminated.
He did a great job, by the way.
Yeah. Well, see.
Him and Balake.
Can I rewind real quick?
Yes, you can. You got to do the rewind sound.
So, one of the cool things with him being able to stream at the Nova Open is that FFG didn't run the event. It was the Nova Open. So they're like, what do you need? He's like, can I have a wired internet connection and have my own space and all this? So they gave him everything that he needs. When I go to these FFG official events, it's just like, you know what? Figure out what you can do and stay out of our way. Right. So it's a different environment. So I was like, man, Aaron, you're treated like a king.
Jeez.
But you know what? That's okay because I do it for the people. It's all right.
Dion, that reminds me, I got to talk to you something about off the air, but we'll wait till the end.
All right. Yub nub.
Montana. You only know about 12 people in Montana, so you got any shout-outs? Come on.
I haven't even hit the game store, so
What about Not Ethan? We got to give a shout-out to Not Ethan.
sure, not Ethan.
The only person
Nathan.
that your sister, who's not Ethan.
Your sister.
Your sister, who's not Ethan. Kyle?
Oh, what's up? I want to give a shout out to John from Hornet Squadron Radio, who sent me a picture of him next to an Iowa marker for the World War II monument because he had showed up for the tournament there, and he went 3-3, but that was his first like major tournament, and I remember my first major tournament and going 3-3. So it's only up from there, my friend. Just stay focused, and you'll get there.
I wanna plug one more. I've never plugged Hornet Squadron Radio because I have never had time to listen to them until conveniently Labor Day weekend. Guys, go check out Hornet Squadron Radio. They got their shit together. They're a good podcast. Go listen to them. They have a lot of stuff that nobody talks about. And they're funny. And they're... Oh, wait. There it is. Right there. You saw it. Dion's got the Hornet Squad. Although I'm still waiting for my fucking Hornet Squadron Radio sticker. Kyle.
Well, maybe if you would stop switching the nights that you work at the store.
Dude, my wife is now a volleyball coach. And as Dion knows, if you're a teacher, the rest of your life takes backseat.
Well, if she's wearing the shorts that they wear to be the volleyball coach, I understand.
Yes, she is wearing Spanx. And yes, it is hard for an older Pauline like myself. Oh, yo, we have to get Andrea on this show sometime. Did I ever tell you that story about Andrea?
Did you get to chat her up at Gen Con?
Yeah, at Gen Con. So she finally apparently made her way. I was at the top tables on the end, and she's like, Aaron Kroll, and I was like, yes. I was like, oh shit, Andrea, hey, what's up? And I got a big hug, and she's like, do you know how long it took me to get here? I started at that end of the table, and it took me 10 minutes to get over here because everyone's like, Andrea, love the commercial. So, yeah, she's a sweetheart. She's never even heard it like the whole thing through. She just heard her part.
Yeah.
I feel bad because the commercial turned out apparently everything like Kyle wanted it to. So
that's great.
All right, let's yub-nub it up. Ready?
All right, guys. If you have
Yub-nub.
any suggestion, please
email. Wait a minute. Wait, sorry, John. Time out. Damn it.
This is a shining moment. Let him have it.
This is the shining moment where John needs to go, Kroll, shut the fuck up. I'm doing my only part I get to do with the entire podcast.
Yeah, this is my thing.
All right. Take it away, John.
All right. Guys, if you have any suggestions, please email ocxradio@gmail.com. If you have any lists that we can make fun of on the air, that is also ocxradio@gmail.com. Thank you all for listening.
Sing turn for his steel. Thanks for listening.
Ooh.
Ooh la loo!
Yub
nub. Dub nub. We got Dion on again for another podcast.
Oh,
Kroll didn't fuck up his audio.
We can hear you.
Doesn't.
yeah.
think he did.
Yeah.
No, there's waves.
We don't know that for sure yet, Kroll.
Yep.
You need to take the camera off of your thing and show us that there's waveforms.
I can do that. I can do that. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds. Wait.
We have the technology.
I have the technology. That is
All right, let's see it.
this. Wait. See?
Oh,
Waves.
it's nothing but gold, right? Nothing but gold. Squadron.
It's not my fault anymore. If something bad happens, it's not my fault.
This is
Yeah, it's
good.
probably
Oh no.
messed up your upload. That's what would happen.
Oh,
No, I
don't
don't
curse us
recount-
like us.
It
Oh.
only records video. Hey, I'm
Dion,
getting tech
thank
savvy
you.
in my way.
Thanks again for being on the podcast, man.
No,
what
no.
a surprise.
No,
Yeah, that was
problem,
awesome.
What was I going to ask you about?
I don't know. It was off the air. Are we off the air? It says
Yeah.
we'll-
Oh, well, better stop
I stopped
broadcasting
recording.
live.